Hello everybody and welcome back to another pregnancy video. Today I'm going to tell you about how I survived going through 2 unmedicated induced natural labors. Is that like the right wording? I've gone through 2 induced labors with no epidural. I'm going to tell you about how I got through them. I do want to start off by saying that I am not a candidate for an epidural. Now, a lot of people argue with me about this because they may have a similar situation and they got an epidural, but I have scoliosis. And yes, many people that have scoliosis, even severe scoliosis, can have epidurals. However, my spine is twisting from my hips up to my rib cage. My rib cage actually overlaps itself and it's causing the nerves right at the spot of the epidural to be very clumped together, and there's not a way to insert the epidural safely that wouldn't cause me either a lot of pain, physical therapy afterwards, or even possible paralyzation. So as much as the pain sucks, being paralyzed would suck even more. The number one advice that I can give anybody who wants to go through a natural unmedicated labor is that you cannot give yourself any other option. You can't. If I had had another option, I would have taken it. I would have, even knowing that I can't have an epidural, when I got to like the 8 centimeter mark, I was like, oh my God, I need help. But I couldn't have anything. And if I could, I would have caved and I would have gotten the epidural. So if you need to like watch horror stories of epidurals, or like, one thing that really helped me get through it and like know, like even if I had wanted one, I watched like the insertion process of how an epidural is done, and I was like, nope, 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 not gonna happen, not gonna happen. And that's honestly how a lot of people get through it, is that they just have such a huge fear of the epidural that they don't get one. And now the other thing is, if you are on the fence about getting the epidural, you do not want to make yourself fear the epidural so much that when you decide to get it, you're like ready to pass out in fear. Don't do that to yourself. But you cannot give yourself any other option. Most people who say they're going to have an unmedicated labor end up getting the epidural. And that's fine. If you want to get it, that's fine. I'm not discrediting anybody who gets one. We all have babies, whether you push it out without any medication, whether you have IV meds, whether you have an epidural, or you have a C-section. We're all mothers, we all created life, and not one way is better than the other. And I am not somebody who's going to tell you that I'm a stronger person because I did it without an epidural. And honestly, I would not do it without an epidural if I didn't have to. I can tell you that the pain sucks. It sucks really, really bad. But one of the things that really, really helped me is knowing that, and even like going through this a 3rd time now, knowing what my recovery was like. I didn't have any back pain from where it was inserted. I didn't have any complications. And as soon as my kids were born, I basically got up off the table, I went to the bathroom, and I was walking around the hospital. Like after my 2nd was born, everybody was holding my baby in the recovery room, and I went up to the waiting room and I saw my daughter. I saw Madeline, my 1st child. I just walked out and saw her. I didn't have a period where I couldn't walk. I didn't have a period where my feet were numb or my legs were numb. I didn't have any of the reactions from the epidural, like some people get like shaking, like they're shaking violently or they feel really cold. I didn't have any of that. And so once the baby was out, I was just back to being me. I stood up, I went to the bathroom, and I walked around. And honestly, at the time going through it, I was like, nope, being numb would be fantastic. But then when the baby was out and I was able to get up, totally worth it. Totally worth everything I had just gone through. And honestly, having your baby is worth all of that too. But if you take getting a baby out of the factor here, just being able to get up instantly and move around was fantastic. What you also need is a really, really good support team. If you're gonna have somebody there that's telling you it's not that bad, or just get the epidural, all that kind of stuff, then you're probably going to get it. You need people there who are going to support your decision and support the fact that you do not want the epidural. In my room, I had my husband, my mother, and my mother-in-law, and they all knew that I couldn't have the epidural, and they were really supportive about it. They tried to help me as much as I could. Somebody would fan me if I was getting hot. Danny's mom was really, really great with like putting a towel on my head, like when I was really hot. Like she was really good about putting it on my head and like flipping it over so it was cool and getting it wet again. Like I didn't even tell her to go do it. She just started doing it on her own. It was great. That support system is really, really important, whether it's just you and your partner, or if you have a doula or like a midwife that can help you, or even the nurses. Like my nurses, I love, 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 love the nurses at my hospital. They are so, so great. Fantastic. Just, you need a good support system. And my third thing that I like to tell people is find what makes you comfortable. Don't go into the hospital and be like, well, I think I want the lights off and I don't want to watch TV and I want this music playing. Whenever I was in any type of significant pain prior to going into the hospital, I would test different relaxation methods. So I would lay on my sofa with the lights off and music playing. Sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. And then, you know, other times I would try like a heating pad, or, you know, I try to watch TV, or I would just test out different methods for myself to see what took my mind off of it the best, if that makes sense. And so I think it's really important to find out your perfect relaxation method prior to going into the hospital. Don't wait until you get to the hospital to be like, well, I think I want to try this. Another really good thing to do, which may or may not help you, is to create a birth plan. With my hospital, I was able to create a birth plan online, and the nurses and the doctors could see it in my profile, which was really, really good. And so if that helps you, go for it. It's always good to have everything you want to happen documented down just in case. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope that this has helped you in some way or another. If you have any tips or tricks on how to survive a natural, non-medicated labor, leave it in the comment box down below for others to see. And if you have any questions, you can also leave those in the comment box as well, and I will try to answer them as quickly and efficiently as possible. So give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you get all of the notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one.